sometimes y'all are just dumb bitches.
Yeah.
And you don't realize that you are in control of the outcome of your fucking situation.
You've been hanging out with me far too long. I think we have poisoned Sarah. I can't believe what I'm hearing right now.
No.
But, you know, beauty's objective or subjective. That's what it means.
Beauty's objective.
Beauty's objective. No, it's subjective. It's in the eye of the beholder. And he clearly found someone who's not posting pictures of her ass. I haven't seen her Instagram, but I would be shocked if after seeing that.
No threats there.
After that seahorse sweater. But like, I don't know. We're going to preamble.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you? We're in fucking Halifax, Nova Scotia here, and we are turning
hotter
into
hotter than the fumes of hell.
Yeah, it's the rainforest here. Fucking humidity is brutal. It's horrific. Yeah, it's everything. What a fucking shit summer. And you know what my neighbor said to me?
I hate summer at all of summer.
Well, you should be happy because everyone else is ruined now. Because my neighbor was like, he said, "Oh, it's going to be a dry summer too." Nah, no one knows what kind of fucking summer it is. We haven't had a dry day since the forest fires. That's what happened. Yeah. We all fucking did a rain dance, and now we're all fucked.
Well, that's what I hate about fucking. I can have a preference on the weather. My preference is not sunny.
Coming from the person who needs vitamin D more than anybody.
But I will say that I hate people who try to like control the weather and make requests and then come back on it.
Don't make me make the joke.
What? What's the joke?
For those of you who know who controls the weather, I'm gonna leave it there. Go talk to Kanye. Continue. What?
Oh, does Kanye control it?
No, but he thinks he knows who.
What?
You don't know what? Okay. This will get us flagged for sure, but
no,
the Jews don't control the weather.
Stop this! Oh my God!
You said control the weather. It's a funny thing. Is that the Jews control the weather? It's like a thing, and they don't. I don't believe that one.
You know what's wild? I had a really bipolar weekend because Saturday was so fun. But Sunday was so horrifically bad.
No, it sounds like you were drinking Saturday night.
I was not.
You didn't have a drink.
What did I do?
You went fucking bowling? You didn't have a drink?
No.
What kind of fucking loser
I don't have a drink.
Doesn't drink while they're bowling?
So there's this thing called PMDD, which is essentially like PMS, but it makes you suicidal.
Yeah.
Right before your period. And that was me.
Well, that's fun. We should talk about that. We should talk about how you wanted to kill yourself.
So there was a moment when we were bowling that I was just staring into space, and I just heard a little voice go, "Throw yourself onto traffic. Throw yourself onto traffic." And I was like, "This isn't good."
Well, I'm glad you didn't.
I'm not in a good place.
Because it would have been hard to record Scott versus Sarah.
It would just be Scott versus. Actually, that's actually kind of cool. Just right? Scott versus.
Well, we'll see how things play out.
Like the
I mean, I hope you don't kill yourself, but if you do, we got a title.
Let me tell you.
An operating title.
Periods when you're in your later 30s and not on birth control.
I know.
I listen, I used to be that one that was like, it doesn't affect my mood. Oh my God.
I hate it.
Does it ever affect my mood?
I get so grumpy when I'm on my period. Men can have periods.
Apparently, a lot of feminists will say that.
Yeah, I'm one of them. That's why if I'm ever being a dick, I'm just like, I'm ovulating. Is that what you do when you're on your period? You're not ovulating. That's the opposite, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'm not a vaginiologist, so I.
No, you're not.
How these things work.
Not even close. I went to Splash Halifax on Saturday.
Splash-a-fax.
We got invited, but you couldn't go.
I couldn't go because I had to mow the lawn. Was that Saturday?
That's such a friggin' lame excuse.
No, What did I have? I had a bunch of shit to do.
I think
I only
you were
ended up
busy.
mowing the lawn. I'm pretty sure that's all I ended up doing because I was very tired from the night before. I am fucking 35 as fuck right now. Like
It
40.
gets worse.
Oh, it's just brutal. I went out to Pacifico after Yucks and fucking had a couple drinks. Like, I might have had 5 drinks all night.
Mm-hmm.
And I came home, it was like
Worse for wear.
1:30, and I'm just drinking. It's weird, because if I drink like a fucking savage, I'll be able to handle the next day. I'll
Yeah.
actually be good, because I'll be diligent on the water intake, and I'll just be like, ugh, and I'll just push through the day grunting. But if I'm like a little bit tired because I just didn't get quite enough sleep, then the fucking day's gone.
Yeah. No, I know. You can still drink the way you used to in your 20s when you're this old. You just cannot deal with it as well.
But when
It's
I was
not
in
the-
Regina,
It's not capacity.
when I was in Regina, I was drinking like a fucking savage, and I was operating off of 3 hours of sleep, and I did well. But it was like I was committed to drinking like a savage and operating off 3 hours of sleep.
Yeah.
I was like, this is what I'm doing. Let's go. So if I'm on vacation and I'm in like a power drink mood and I got no real responsibilities and I get carted around, I can handle it.
Right.
But if I have to go back to the real world, like 2 drinks will fucking take me out now. I'm so
2
lame.
drinks is like a good number for me. Once I go above 2, I'm gonna start shit talking. I'm gonna start getting a bit sassy.
Yeah.
It's gonna start to go downhill. If I haven't eaten that day, it'll start going downhill after 2 drinks.
Those drinks are typically like 8% IPAs for me, or like
Jesus
doubles.
Christ.
So I'm getting 2 drinks, but that's like 4 drinks or something. I don't know.
That's a lot of
I'm
drinks.
not a drinkyologist either. Not a vaginiologist or a fucking
But
drinkologist.
Splashy Facts was a lot of fun, and it was very athletic. You'd
So
be
what's
shocked.
Splash Effects? Bunch of inflatable unicorns.
A bunch of inflatables, but it's like have you ever seen the show Wipeout?
Yes.
It's like that.
Okay.
So you're like running on things, you're jumping on things, you're climbing things. It's a fucking workout, man.
Obstacle course type thing.
Yeah.
Nice.
But it's all ages, right? So there's kids and there's adults. Like it's
Yeah.
a big free for all.
How much does it usually cost?
Like $40.
Oh.
It's worth it. We should
Oh, yeah.
definitely
I
go
would
as
go.
a team.
Thing is,
Let's go as a team.
no, we'll go on the fucking boat.
But it's a different kind of fun than the boat.
You know what? If it's a boat day where there's, when there's a boat day, I'm taking out the boat. When there's a day like Saturday that wasn't a boat day because it's too much fucking fog and it's
Yeah,
windy and
you
shit,
gotta wait for the right day. You can't just go out willy-nilly.
Splash Effects.
Yeah, the day that we went, the Saturday that we went, it was actually perfect because it was overcast and warm, not really raining, but like it wasn't blinding sun. So
And
it was actually perfect.
You got these passes from Splash Effects who
For free.
reached out because we have a podcast. They nailed it. They are not our sponsor, but they got us talking.
I took a bunch of video footage and I almost lost my phone in the process. So Splashy Facts, I am a dedicated content creator that will gladly risk losing my phone to get video footage on your inflatables. We had to do a rescue mission because we were at the top of this big slide, right? My friend Jill was like, you take a video of me going down the slide, then you slide down your phone
That's a bad idea.
and I'll catch it, and then I'll take a video of you coming down from the other side.
It's a lost phone.
And I went to slide it, and it only went down a little bit, and then it stalled.
And then you had to slide down and grab
No,
it
we
on
had
the
to
way?
splash a bucket of water on it to get the phone going down. And I
You're not
had
supposed
2
to do
friends
that.
at the bottom, like this, trying to catch the phone. And I won't lie,
And they were
there
girls.
was
We know girls can't catch. So
10 seconds where I thought my phone was gone because it went faster than they had expected that it would go down
Yeah.
the slide. And so there was a brief, and I had it in a case, like a waterproof case, but there was no floaties on it. So it would have sank.
yeah, for sure. But when you found it there, I don't know, take a scuba diving course, whatever.
But I will say it was fucking very challenging, and I was very proud at how athletic I was that
Are
day.
you telling me that you felt good about overcoming a challenge? And it made your endorphins pump and your
That
dopamine
day I
rise?
did, but the next day I did not feel good.
Yeah, well,
The
listen.
next day I hurt everywhere.
And then do it again.
I would
I'm
do
in
it
the
again.
fucking hurt phase because after 2 weeks of basically not fucking really going after it super hard because of drinking, I hurt myself last week getting back into the morning routine. Actually,
Oh, you hurt yourself physically?
well, just like my thighs were very sore, but I like this.
Okay.
It's good now. It's a reward. It's just painful. You get used to it. You like it.
Yeah.
I tried to. Sarah messaged me about this, and she was like, "Oh yeah, if I can feel fucking sore today," and I was like, "Do it again. You'll make it." And she was like, "Okay, leave me alone. I'm not improving my life, Scott. I just felt good once."
Yeah, I don't know what those messages were that night. I was very confused. All of a
There's
sudden,
me saying, "Fucking get after it. Do it again."
All of a sudden,
Feel good.
Scott was like, "People care about you and want you to be happy." And I was just like, "Does he know that I'm suicidal right now?" It was a really weird thing because I didn't tell you that.
It's
but like,
it's a
and I
general-
wasn't, guys. I was having thoughts because of the PMDD. They go away once the period's over.
Yeah, I was just trying to say something nice. I was like trying to be Jonah Hill.
Yeah, it was. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Hey, that's a transition. We can get into the fucking.
Let's do it. We're getting into the topic.
So here's our topic today. I don't know if we have the title for the topic. We figured we're
Yeah,
going to
what's
figure
the
it out.
title?
We're just going to discuss Jonah Hill and
Sext lighting.
sex light.
It's a combination of gaslighting and sexting.
There was no sexting in this conversation.
Well, they talked about sexting.
And then they referenced something that wasn't sexting. So we're going to talk about Jonah Hill and the Sarah Brady conversation. Well, we'll determine whether it was. And for those of you who don't know, there's a big controversy that is actually quite stupid. And Jonah Hill... Jonah Hill fucking is a, what is he, Wendy? He's a misogynistic gaslighter. He's using abusive therapeutic language to emotionally abuse, the standard thing that a guy does.
Here's Wendy.
That is what some people are saying.
Yeah. And I think what most people are doing is doing what I did, which was read the headlines, read a single text message and go, geez, what a fucking asshole.
Yeah, so it's a whole saga. But let's maybe start with the screenshot that got the attention, I guess.
Well,
the initial attention.
Let's start with what our viewers are saying about this. We got some. Let's see if we could how the divided the room is.
We can't do that until we explain because they're referencing things that we haven't explained yet.
Okay. So Wendy, can you pull up the article, the big one,
or
the
even
long
just
one?
that initial text?
No, fuck the initial text because this article gives us the whole fucking story. So here's how the article begins. Is this the Newsweek? Yeah. Jonah Hill's ex-girlfriend Sarah Brady has continued to share her Instagram story post showing text messages that she alleges she received from the actor during their relationship, which she has since described as, quotations, emotionally abusive. Brady, a surf instructor and model, began sharing screenshots on July 7th of these alleged exchanges. Hill, the 39-year-old star of Superbad, and Brady went public with their relationship in August 2021 and split in 2022.
Scott,
Hold
what
on.
the fuck? You're reading this like you're on Entertainment Tonight.
This is a warning. Quote from Brady. This is a warning to all girls. If your partner is talking to you like this, make an exit plan. Call me if you need an ear. This is how the thing began. It began with her making a post and this. She shared messages that allegedly showed Hill requesting that she remove surfing photos from her Instagram account that showed her, quote, ass in a thong. So that sounds pretty egregious right there. What did we learn? We learned that Jonah Hill said, don't be showing your ass on Instagram. Hold on, don't scroll, Wendy. We stay where you're at. And Hill has yet to publicly address the allegations. Newsweek contacted a representative Hill via email for comment. Now we can scroll, Wendy. And so now, so that's how it started. It started with that. She posts these fucking screenshots.
Yes.
These text messages claiming emotional abuse. And this Newsweek article has the full transcript. Now, I would say the main text message
Yeah.
that has been shared
Yes.
is one that is from Jonah Hill. I believe it was dated December 2nd, 2021. And it says, plain and simple, if you need, quote, surfing with men, boundaryless inappropriate friendships with men, to model, to post pictures of yourself in a bathing suit, to post sexual pictures, to friendships with women who are in unstable places from your wild recent past, beyond getting a lunch or coffee or something, I am not the right partner for you. If these things bring you to a place of happiness, I support it, and there will be no hard feelings. These are my boundaries for romantic partnership, my boundaries with you based on the ways these actions have hurt our trust. So, that's basically the one that's been shared.
Yes.
And it doesn't look good for old Jonah. We have some comments on these.
So based on just this one initial screenshot, which does not paint him in a great light.
No, it doesn't.
Would you like? Because you saw it initially, and you didn't. Really
I was
like,
all right.
Not all of those requests are created equal, but
some of the
generally
stuff
speaking,
to model, to post yourself in a picture when you're a fucking surfer, like those are kind of unreasonable. But we posted this to the Instagram account and a little poll. What'd you think? And
I just wrote, what do you think of this whole thing? And it's funny because I got a lot of, I think Jonah Hill sucks. He sounds like a dick. Long live Sarah Brady. They both suck. He needs a better therapist. Let me see. There's a couple more in detailed ones here. I think it's nice that we are starting to have more convos about outright villains, like assault, clearly bad. But then what about these gray spaces or grayer that a lot of guys don't think on? Finally, as far as I've seen in passing, this is only one piece of a larger piece, I'm sure.
Well, that last comment really does answer it, because obviously, like, there's some nuance here. I mean, surfing with men, she's a surfer. She's going to be surfing with men. So, like, dial it back. If you do that, little fucking controlling. But we are getting this message out of context. But I'm going to just say right there, surfing with men, like, how are you going to tell a surfer you can't surf with men? That's a little fucked up. You shouldn't be with somebody who's trying to control.
That's very cult leader-ish.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's like, don't talk to other men at all. That's a little fucked up. Boundaryless, inappropriate friendships with men. That's a reasonable request.
Yeah, if they are monogamous and exclusive and all of that. Yeah.
So
that
does add some credence to surfing with men, because why did he even bring up boundaryless, inappropriate friendships with men?
So maybe something happened. We
Sounds
don't know.
like something might have happened. To model? All right, Jonah.
Calm the fuck down.
Like,
you should be proud that you're with a hottie.
Yeah.
That's kind of how I see it. I go,
well, yeah.
Wouldn't you be proud, like, that you have a hot girl and you are Jonah Hill? Jonah Hill.
There's, look, people are different.
And you have a hot girl.
Yeah, I mean, I'm always one to be like, hey, look, I swung above my weight class, and I think it's a great thing.
Yeah.
But I feel like, you know what? Hey, I just think that to model is, what are you doing? That's what she does?
It could be part of her job. I mean, her main job is surfing, but
or
I imagine it's a stream of income to, like, model in magazines and shit. I did
briefly comb through her Instagram account, and I saw a couple, I was doing research while I was in the bathroom.
You poor thing.
Happened to be some Jergens.
I can't believe the prep you had to do for this episode.
Yeah. Well, listen, I only got half hard. She posted a couple pictures in a bikini that were clearly like sponsored posts. She's like, I love my whatever fucking brand swimsuit or whatever. So to post pictures of yourself in a bathing suit, like, I think that as a blanket request, not really like a reasonable request, especially when she's a surfer.
Not at all a reasonable request. Absolutely stupid.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
That's right. Now, there's certain pictures in a fucking bathing suit that I can understand. Like, if your thong is just covering
Yeah, if it's
the brown eye,
pornographic.
then yeah. Like, there's certain things.
And like we said in the car ride over, there's a difference between a
thirst trap.
and like a picture where you're not wearing much clothes.
Yeah. So, thirst trap, it's like, you know what you're doing.
Just go to at Sarah Mackle and do some scrolling and
And you'll see some thirst traps. To post sexual pictures. This one's like, I don't know if that's unreasonable. It's the definition of a sexual picture. Because again, is it a thirst trap? He's saying pictures in a bathing suit. Like,
he's all over
sexual?
the map here. All over the map. All over the map.
Friendships with women who are in unstable places from your wild recent past. That, I feel like he's referencing someone specific.
He's
And-
definitely referencing some sort of friend that maybe got her in trouble or something.
Yeah, likely people who have caused her to make some bad decisions that broke trust in the relationship.
And
is
we
what
don't
I
know
would imagine.
those.
But we don't know. We don't know.
And we have to acknowledge that as well. I think just looking at this and going, he sucks.
Yeah.
We have to acknowledge that we do not know. She's posting her side.
She's posting
And
her
side is probably very edited
and so,
and curated to suit her as the victim in this. That's
Yes.
how she's portraying herself.
well, clearly.
But there's more feedback from people.
What else do we
I got a lot. I don't like that she shared this publicly,
Yeah.
which is a big one. Boundaries aren't a way to get to tell other people what to do. Mm-hmm. Oh man, therapy must come with an understanding of oppression and power.
I don't understand that one.
He was trying to establish boundaries in a gaslighty, unhealthy way, and she can do whatever she wants. Okay. Controlling what she can work at, what she can do, and who can she socialize with. Big time. Like, she just wrote no, all caps, no. Someone wrote he needs a better therapist.
Yeah.
Blown out of proportion. I have many thoughts. Someone wrote, wouldn't be me, red flag, do not like, boy, bye. And my favorite comment, oh wait, there's one more. He's insecure and doesn't trust his partners, is the first glance take. Whole thing is very shady. And this is my favorite comment. If these were his boundaries, he wouldn't have started the relationship. Therefore, it's just controlling. And
Yeah.
I really like that. It's a great point to make that if these were things that were his boundaries for a romantic partnership, why weren't they talked about beforehand? Mm-hmm. Why didn't this happen earlier on in there? I don't know how long they were dating. Can we find out how long they were dating?
Let's also have a conversation about should they have been said beforehand. Well, okay. How many times?
Scott.
No, listen. You start dating someone. Do you write a fucking formal contract and be like, I would like to begin dating you now. Here are the terms and conditions. No, you fucking start flirting. You start talking. You start whatever.
If it's these big deal things.
Well, maybe they just got to that point in the relationship where they began to have this conversation. They started dating sometime in 2021, and that was in December 2021 that he sent that. So if it was, they were in a relationship for a year until their breakup in 2022. So it's very likely they were a couple months in after the flirting and the fucking hooking up and making out stage, and they were like, okay, maybe I'm thinking of taking this to the next level. Here are my boundaries, and maybe he was having. We don't fucking know.
We don't know, but I also just from a text standpoint, hate how he went about this. How he made the requests were fucking just the very curt, short, here's a list of things you can't do, rather than being like, well, I don't feel comfortable when you do this because of this. Mm-hmm. So this is my boundary for myself. He's presenting it as don't do these things. Which comes off super fucking cocky, manipulative, and jerky.
It does.
Douchey.
It does when taken out of context.
Right.
Because that's I think the whole direction of this is that as I initially looked at it, I was like, yeah, fuck, Jonah Hill's a little fucking unreasonable. And then I started to look into it, and I was like, oh, wait, he actually sounds, maybe he is reasonable. Then I was like, that's a little unreasonable. Then I was like, wait, what the fuck is she doing? So it was like, I think if there's anything that this is telling us, it's that you can't just fucking take a headline or an out of context text message and use it to completely shame somebody publicly. Because it's just, there's a lot of nuance and gray, and it's not a black and white situation.
But no one really likes to do that these days, especially if it's up against a straight white man.
Wait, no one wants to do what?
No one wants to hear the straight white man out. They want to instantly go, "Oh, he sucks. He sucks."
I thought you were going to say
I mean,
no one wants to.
It's easy to instantly side with the woman.
Yeah, I was going to say. I thought you were going to say nobody wants to talk back to a straight white guy. I'm like, I think that's pretty much like some people are making fucking careers out of this shit.
That's all people want to do.
So now here's where I started to actually read. And my mind started to change. Was this next line in the Newsweek article where Sarah Brady said she had timed the release of her allegations with consideration of Olivia Miller, Hill's current partner, who has recently given birth to their first child. Quote, I'm sure the timing can seem bad. Like, oh yeah, I waited until he had a kid, said Brady on Instagram. But I waited until she had her baby, so I knew they were physically not impacted by me sharing this shit, and she could be informed and make an informed decision of how she wants to care for herself and her baby, which she birthed and she created. It's his child, but it's that woman's infant. That's how I see it. And then all of a sudden I went, oh. This bitch is crazy. This bitch, first of all, is trying to say, look how compassionate I'm being.
Yeah.
For sharing a fucking private text message exchange between the guy who broke your heart, clearly. Second of all, it's his child, but it's that woman's infant. You fucking lunatic. No, it's his infant too. If he's the father, he has an actual role in raising a child.
They created the child together.
Yeah, she did the bulk of the heavy lifting, but you know, he provided the cart, I guess is the way to look at it. Or the seed, I guess, and she grew it in her garden. I don't know. What's the right analogy? That sounds good enough for me.
And then it says, Brady said she and Hill had continued to communicate as friends for months after the split. Big mistake. She added that their final exchange took place on August 31st, 2022, after Hill told her that he had embarked on a new romantic relationship.
Now, he didn't say the word embarked. That's what this fucking
I just hate
thing
it.
is.
Just makes it sound like a journey.
Yeah, it's like he's not stepping onto a fucking tall ship.
And this is, okay, like, I have just, like, so many feelings on how he communicates, because I fucking hate it. I think he sounds so fucking holier than thou in his messages. I'm just not a fan of how he talks. It may seem as if I'm sharing a lot, but you all have no... Oh, wait, this is still Brady. I thought we were going to get to his message to her.
She says, it may seem as if I'm sharing a lot, but you all have no idea how much more there is, which I am choosing not to share. God damn, you're so fucking heroic and considerate. Out of consideration for him and his family. So, hey, your baby was born. Happy baby present. I'm going to go and throw you into a media controversy. Hey, lady that I'm so compassionate and caring for, who's probably going through postpartum depression. How about the paparazzi at your door telling you that your boyfriend's a piece of shit? Fuck you, Sarah Brady.
At least you didn't have a miscarriage.
Yeah. I don't know if this maybe would have caused it, but like, I fucking immediately changed to fuck this bitch. What are you doing? The person that said, ooh, sharing the text messages, correct. Ooh, what the fuck are you doing?
No, here's the thing.
Let's take a break on sharing text messages. When should it be done? Private text messages.
I mean, it should never be done.
There's times.
Oh, yeah, there is. Yeah, so if it is serious allegations like rape, murder,
sure,
evidence of something big, something like that. Yes.
Fraudulent fucking activity.
Expose those motherfuckers.
Actual crime.
Yes.
If there's a crime and a victim.
Maybe do your research and, like, don't put yourself at fucking risk. Go to authorities or whatever,
Yeah.
Like, be smart about it.
But this is becoming a thing that's increasingly more common, that people are sharing text messages between each other. And I'm like,
so I've been known to share like online dating conversations on like Instagram stories and stuff.
Yeah.
Because in my mind, I see that as you are communicating on a public platform.
Mm-hmm. Well, no, you're not.
You are.
Oh, on Instagram.
On
so
Tinder.
someone's sliding
like Tinder,
That's
Hinge.
not a public platform.
It is. It is. You have a public profile. If you have a profile, anyone can see it.
Okay, if you're sharing their profile,
yeah,
but their message to you personally.
See, and maybe it's wrong for me to do that.
It is.
If
you're blurring out their picture and their name.
Yeah.
Then that's fine.
I never post names.
Sure, that's fine.
So in my mind, I just go like, this is just like showing bad behavior and showing people what that's like.
I'm okay with that.
Also, it's fun to make fun of people.
It is great when you get a good cringy fucking message from someone and then you post it online, but you are giving them their anonymity because, hey, maybe they just suck at talking to women. Maybe you're making a point about how fucking, how hard it is dating out there, and it's a good, funny conversation, like this guy saying, "Hey, beautiful," from the dating ick episode. And
I was telling Scott on the way over, I don't think this woman's at all perfect. I think they're both they need a lot of help. But I understand the mindset of a woman scorn and a woman who holds screenshots that could do damage.
Yes.
I've been in that situation a couple times.
I understand.
I've wielded screenshots. I think a lot of people have screenshots on people. And when you are hurt, you want to hurt others. Like, you want to hurt that person who hurt you. So I don't know why they broke up or what happened. Maybe there was thoughts that he cheated on her.
But again,
I don't know.
Also, like I said before we began, I understand the want to murder someone that you found out was having an affair when you have a family. I don't think you should do it.
No, of course not.
I understand.
We all see red when we're hurt.
Yeah. So that's like, take some self-control.
You don't do it, but it's just kind of one of those things where I have empathy for her. It turns out that she actually did do it and posted them, and the person in question is a big celebrity. So the ramifications, is that a word? Ramifications?
That is a word.
Of that action is pretty big, and it's going to hurt not only him and his image, but the new girlfriend and the future family.
And the fucking kid. So fuck her.
And it's true proof that Sarah is not over this situation. She is not healed from it, because if you were truly healed from it, you become indifferent to that person that hurt you, and you do not care, and you would not put the energy in to ruining their lives.
Exactly.
So the fact that she's trying to ruin his life shows she's not over him.
Yeah.
Number one, she has not healed. She has not, Now,
I also want to fucking paint this properly, because this is where the story begins. The first post that she put up was a screenshot of a text message saying, "I'm sorry I said that."
Yeah, it starts with, "I'm sorry I said that."
Not what she said. Just, "I'm sorry I said that. I had a couple beers. I'm just feeling upset. Like, we can't do surf social things without an uncomfortable situation arising that feels like my fault somehow." And then, it goes into some, I don't want to go through each fucking message because they're so long-winded. Ultimately, I think what everybody needs to do is read the whole fucking text message exchange and then feel as exhausted as I was by the end of it.
I do. Can you just scroll up a smidge, Wendy? Yeah, perfect. This part made me cringe, which is
Hold on. You got to go up a bit before and read the next part, that part first, if you're going to read that second part. See, we had to read this whole fucking exchange. It's just her pleading and look, okay, we're just going to fucking read the whole fucking first couple of messages. Up a little bit more, Wendy, please. Thank you. Okay. I feel like we can't do surf social things without an uncomfortable situation arising that usually feels like my fault somehow. I feel you pull away, and then then the feeling of being defective creeps in. I'm not socially intelligent enough to meet your needs as a partner, and then I get frustrated and angry at myself and just want you to rip the Band-Aid off. I'm not good enough for you. In moments of conflict, my brain thinks that you want to dump me because I'm not good enough for you and you're the greatest of all time, and you can do better, and will immediately once you end things with me.
Anxious attack.
That is like a typical.
I know this girl. I have been this girl.
I've been this girl.
I hung out with this girl the other night. A friend of mine who's going through something similar.
It's
so fucking common.
I
It's
want.
so common.
She's fishing for something nice to be said. I feel inadequate, and I know that you're so great, and she's trying to. I'm sorry I said that. I had a couple of beers. So we don't know what she said. It could likely be something incredibly shitty that she said. And then she goes on and starts to justify her bad behavior by claiming victim status and insecurities that motivated it, which is fine, but that's the exact fucking behavior she's accusing Jonah Hill of doing. So she's doing the same thing. And this is how this whole fucking thing plays out.
It's just
they both do the same thing. Jonah Hill, you're right. We can't do surf social things or develop a trust until you consider me and make decisions that give regard to our relationship. I have been vulnerable as possible, and I am telling you, I need you to step up to the plate. Cringy. Which you can. I am sure of it. But these losers don't get your time if you want me. Straight up. It's consideration. I respect your love of surfing, but I respect myself as well. And your love of surfing and being in those situations and lack of awareness are not mutually exclusive. This isn't me. I have my own issues that I own. If you want marriage and family, you can't use the 25 card. Step up and cut shit.
What does that mean?
She's 25 and she's saying she doesn't want to get married because she's young. These people don't get your time and kindness.
Step up and cut what? Shit?
Cut shit.
Cut shit?
These people don't get your time or kindness at the sacrifice of mine. And then Brady added in a postscript caption, these people, he meant any friend of mine that he hadn't personally approved of. That's not true.
How do you know?
Because she's trying to paint him in a bad light. I am assuming that, because we don't know what happened beforehand. We don't know who these fucking people are that this is being referenced. So she's painting this whole situation to make him look bad because she's hurt. So this is a hell hath no fury.
Hell hath no fury is a woman scorned.
And then it just becomes cringy.
But now we're getting to, so then Jonah says, respect however you want to live your life. You only get one. Sort of done with explaining myself. And then this is her saying, she says, three removed, not the video yet. It's my best surfing video. Would you feel better if the cover frame was different? Any more specific ones that bother you?
Yes, one that isn't your ass in a thong. Okay. Like
also that just doesn't even make sense. One that isn't your ass in a thong?
Well, like maybe the fucking, what did she say? The cover frame was her ass in a thong.
As far as other pictures of you in a bathing suit surfing or not.
She said, not a thong, but K.
Yeah.
Which I love that little passive aggressive.
I'm done. There's tons. I'm just getting back the past month. You want to argue and I don't.
So this is where he starts to look real bad, is that Jonah, like, everybody, I think what people need to recognize is that we've all lived a life. And like, I can understand saying, hey, I maybe don't post so many thirst traps moving forward.
I don't feel comfortable with you. I don't feel comfortable in a partnership where you are promoting yourself as single or like something along those lines of the intent behind the photo hurts me. I don't feel comfortable with it.
Well, you said, so let's like, because again, I don't think that he's right in telling her what to delete off of her Instagram account.
But what really hurts me, like reading that, is like her going, okay, I'm doing it anymore. You would like, it's such a toxic relationship. What's going on here? It's pure, like truly reading these messages was making me sick to my stomach reading these. Cause I'm just like,
it was making me cringe. It wasn't making me sick.
It's so incredibly toxic. I don't know.
Can we scroll down?
Doesn't help that she has my name and he says her name sometimes in there.
Scroll down a bit there, Wendy. I want to get that good start one there. Good start. You don't seem to get it, but it's not my place to teach you. Can I put on out? Can we talk about the fucking "it's not my place to teach you" line that every motherfucker uses in every conversation about anything? Yes, it's your job to educate the person if you care about changing their mind.
Yeah.
Do better. It's not my job to tell you. Do your own research. No, you don't even fucking know how to make your own goddamn argument because you can't be clear enough. It's your job. If you actually give a shit about the thing you're talking about, yeah, it's your job to educate. Otherwise, stop bitching. It's not my place to teach you. Yes, Jonah, it is. You need to communicate what you mean clearly.
Yeah.
In order for the person to understand. If they don't understand, then you haven't done an adequate job, or there is no point in even trying because they're just not willing to learn.
Yeah.
So he said he made my boundaries clear. You refused to let go of some of them, and you've made me that clear, and I hope that makes you happy.
But then, what the fuck is this message? So then there's like, I don't know if time goes by or what.
Out of context. That doesn't even make sense. Literally just.
But please, let's read it because it's funny.
Well, she probably said hello.
Literally, just say hello and leave the convo. I love how your therapist thinks I suck. I'm literally the best boyfriend on earth.
Yeah, so that's a little much. But this is again why I don't like fucking. I don't like the why don't we? This is the.
Let's also just reference the fact that Jonah Hill calls himself the prophet Ezekiel.
Does he?
So, Wendy, the next tab over from this one, he has this like clothing brand called Meaningful Existence, and he has this alter ego. He went on friggin' Dax Shepard's podcast as this Ezekiel guy, not Jonah Hill. So he makes people talk to him. It's supposed to be satire.
All right.
But he takes it like really, really seriously.
Yeah, that's fine.
And it's all about like mental health and shit like that. And I haven't seen this Netflix. Is it a show or a movie?
It's
movie?
A documentary about, I believe, his therapist. Okay. There is one. Calls himself the spiritual guru. Yeah.
So I listen. I think he's off his rocker a little bit. I'm just going to be honest.
Oh, for sure.
I think for the most part, he is off his fucking rocker.
I think based on that picture from the article where he has that hair and no shirt under a blazer, I'd say that's fucking evidence there that things have gone way too far. In the Hollywood kind of style dealio. But look, what I can say with no context or knowledge about this fucking prophet Ezekiel is perhaps he wants to be able to have conversations about this, but he doesn't know how to escape his persona of fat party guy who jerks off on a bus or whatever happens in Superbad. I think
that shows confidence in yourself or security.
I'm not saying that either, but maybe maybe through this, I'm making excuses for him.
I think it's fucking weird.
I'm not saying it's not weird. I'm saying maybe this is the way that he can say, I'm not being Jonah Hill, the fucking fat funny guy. I'm going to be Jonah Hill, the guy that talks about, maybe this is like, come here to listen to me to have my take on fucking.
Right. Okay.
The prophet Ezekiel. Okay.
He calls it prophet Ezekiel prophet. So the prophet is in there twice, but the second prophet is like Profit.
Yeah, so that's this we can't even talk about this 'cause we had no idea. Go back to the other tab.
This could be
Go
a
back
whole
to the
other
other tab.
podcast.
This could be fucking. Could literally. It sounds like he's making a satire about people using, like the Gary V's or whatever out there who are using a mental health or a fucking motivational thing just for their own personal profit. So that could. I don't want to talk about that. That's completely aside from the point.
And then December 2nd, 2021 is where we get the initial text that we talked about at the start of this, the list of things she can't do.
Okay, so then, yeah, so a lot of this, can you keep scrolling, Wendy? I'll tell you when to stop. Maybe you should be
There's so much, you guys.
Hold on,
it's
hold on.
actually like insane how many texts are out there now.
Yeah, and I don't like it because it's just...
I love that we don't like it, but we're doing a whole podcast reading it.
Well, I think that maybe what we should be fucking talking about is how... Don't release fucking text messages. There is too much that can be taken out of context. Clearly, whoever posts the text messages is going to be posting them out of context.
And also, what's going on in between these? You know, because
Exactly.
she got the list. She wasn't happy with that. She didn't like that. Then now we're getting into like friendly chit chat about hanging out.
Yeah.
They're broken up at this point, I believe. Right?
Sounds like it. Anyways,
And then that's when he's like, I'm seeing somebody else. I'm sorry if it's hurtful to you.
Don't talk in that stupid voice. What he said there was a completely legitimate
Let's go to
normal
that-
text.
let's
Go
go
to
to
that
that-
text
yeah,
message,
let's go to-
Wendy. He started dating someone else. She says, "What's tomorrow like?" Oh, no, scroll up.
There it is there.
Up a little bit more.
No, it's that one right there.
No. What's tomorrow like for you? You free any time between 2:40 to 6 your time? And Jonah says, "I don't want you to bail on school. That's important. I know I don't need to, but in the spirit of pure respect to our friendship and appreciation for each other, I did want to be transparent that I started dating someone recently. I'm sorry if that is painful. It just happened. I did not want to be transparent with you. I didn't want to not be transparent with you ever, as I care about you." And then she said, "Thanks for letting me know. Probably best if we don't talk for a while and you figure out
Should have just
where
left it
that's
at that,
headed."
girl. You should have
Yeah.
sent that message and left it there.
There you go.
You
Walk
should've-
away.
Listen, because I keep saying this, hate how he talks. I think he talks in a way that's like he's looking down on you. Like there's a simpler, more concise way to say things that doesn't come off fucking flowery or trying to like pump someone up when they're like really like you shouldn't want to stay friends if this is like a toxic situation. I don't know why either of them are staying friends.
Well, that's another reason. It's like that's all the context. This is why I don't like.
There's so much context around all of this. But then like I guess like the media shared a picture of them, him with his new girlfriend kissing, but said that it was Sarah Brady. And so she said, "Can you let your publicist know that isn't me? I'm trying to start a career over here." And I get that. That would fucking suck.
That's fine.
That would suck. And I understand where she's coming from. You know, the sassy comment of quick turnaround time. That's just, I totally understand her mindset. That's pure sass. She's hurt. She's trying to dig. I get it. Like I've been there so many times.
Yeah.
Sassy Sarah's, you know?
So I think maybe we have found the crux of this whole fucking thing. I don't even want to look at any of these text messages anymore because it's all, he did say something about it's triggering to me and shut up. Stop saying triggering. Can everyone just stop fucking talking about how you're triggered? I don't give a shit. That's how the world works. Everything triggers you. Everything is a trigger.
I rarely say the word triggered unless I'm being funny about it.
And anybody
like it's a joke.
Anybody that uses triggered in a serious context is trying to exaggerate the impact that something has to them. It's like, I don't care. I'm done with it. Yeah, I get it. It's an emotional trigger. I understand there's a basis behind it, but fucking it, we're done with it because now it means anything. Wendy and I were talking about this. This whole text message conversation becomes a bunch of defense mechanisms.
Oh, yeah.
It becomes, hey, you said this and that made me feel this way. so I'm actually the victim. And they're like, well, no, I'm the victim because. And then I'm the victim because. And this is why I don't believe, unless there is a crime committed, a text message should ever be released or shared with anybody, even in your fucking personal life. I do not believe it's right.
The only reason she's doing this is because of her own hurt.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe there is a sense of, I wield power to affect this person's livelihood and his family and his new family. Like,
oh, why is she doing this, do you think?
She's not over it. She's still hurt.
She's just compassionate.
No, that's a fucking.
That's what
guys.
she said.
I mean,
she said she loved it. She said she loved the lady, and she had so much compassion and respect for her.
I think it's a guise that women, like in this case, women put on to make themselves feel better about the shitty thing that they're doing.
I think what she did is she pulled the fucking bus on top of her and then started saying, oh my God, I just pulled a bus on me. I'm a victim. Right? Because, like, if she cared about this lady.
There's a weird thing that happens when you're seeing someone, and I'm not naming names here. So I'm not going to give away.
We're not going too deep into your fucking personal life.
We're not naming names.
I don't want to go too personal.
No, this is a friend. This is a friend that I have comforted recently about a similar thing where it's, you're with a guy, that guy dumps you, rejects you, and is now with another woman. There's a weird thing that happens where you're like, you're either really mad at that other woman and you like only focus on her. Like when I got cheated on, my first relationship, I poured the beer on her, not him.
Mm-hmm.
I called her a whore.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't fucking say shit to him.
Because you don't care about her.
No, he was the one who hurt me.
But you don't care about her. So attack her.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's
the
definitely the logic. But there's a weird thing that happens where you take your hurt and you go, well, now I want to tell that other woman what a dick he was to me.
But she's doing the opposite.
You take on this. Well, that's what she was trying to do with these screenshots, right? So she claims.
No, what she was trying to do with these screenshots was say, hey, I have an opportunity to get some publicity here.
Get some attention, negative attention on someone who hurt me.
And I'm going to fucking share this shit. And hey, look, my Instagram followers are increasing, and now she gets. If you look at her fucking Instagram page, oh my God, she's so oppressed, and she's such a victim. My God, and yeah. she's so brave and empowering, and that shut the fuck up. You're a cunt. Why would you share private messages?
And he is insufferable. Don't get us wrong.
Both.
I don't like either of these people. Both of these people need to not talk to each other for a long time. Maybe
if you
for the
read
rest
the
of their
full,
lives.
I don't want to because I can't. It hurts me too much to read the whole fucking text message conversation.
And just to give context, you guys, we are only halfway down this article.
Oh, it's so long. It's so long. But I'm going to say this: if you go to the Newsweek article and you read this full transcript, I conclude that most of what Jonah is doing is douche chills. The whole idea that he's an abusive, horrible person.
Abusive is not the word.
No, they're two people. This is what's happening. Hold on, let me just get this straight. Here's what's happening. They are breaking up. And they're trying to absolve each other of themselves of the guilt. Yeah. Nobody wants to be the bad guy. So they're saying, I'm doing this because you treated me like this. They're justifying their behavior. They're both in the wrong. And it's just
a big shit
it's
show.
It's a fucking conversation everybody's always had.
But like, don't get me wrong here.
Way too long.
There's a lot in here that we have not touched on. You know, if you read on into this, you'll find out things like, you know, him leading her on and him staying friends with her, him keeping her around and like sexting while he was like with this other. There's a lot here. He's a douche. Is it emotional abuse? There was.
There wasn't.
Yes, there was.
She
You don't-
sent a
It didn't get released, but there was, and he admitted it in the text conversation.
He said, no, he didn't.
Yes,
Go to
he
the
did.
sexting part.
Yes, he did.
Wendy?
He said, yes, we did sext.
No, he didn't.
Actually, if you go Control F, you might be able to just search the word sext.
Because she says you were sexting with me. He said, I haven't sexted with you in months.
And then she showed him a screenshot of their sexting conversation. He said, yes, okay, we did.
No. He said,
Let's pull it up.
pull it up, Wendy. She clearly said, what's up? And he said, nothing, sitting here with my dick in my hand.
Yeah, Scott, that could be the start of sexting. It could be a joke too.
If that is your sexting, you have the most boring fucking sexting.
Yeah, well, so many. Have you seen Adam Levine's sexts? They're really bad.
Again, I do
Famous
not
people?
like releasing fucking conversations because, yes, as
Famous people need to learn how to sext better.
as cringy as fucking Adam Levine's were, I still don't think it's I still don't think it was like it's just, yeah, you're gonna fucking send a stupid message. Everybody has, well, say no sexting. Nobody reads a sext outside of the context of a sext and goes, damn, he's
Here we
really
go.
good at this.
Jonah Hill's ex Sarah Brady accuses him of sending X-rated messages just before he got together with rumored fiance.
And to be crystal clear, I've not flirted or sexted with you in any way, shape, or form in months. Then she replies to that and posts a screenshot from Jonah that read, and this is the only thing it read, no, just holding redacted, which I imagine he means no, just holding my dick. So, what are you up to? Nothing, just holding my dick. Like that, we don't know. It could be that.
Read
Was
on.
it, right? He doesn't say anything about I did sex you.
There
helps
is
you
a
get through the
part
day.
where he admits to it.
Is it right there? Because
Let me see.
I believe it was one message, and I believe that
Yeah, right
Sarah's-
here. So she responded with that screenshot and says, whatever helps you get you through the day. Oh my God, I've said that so many
Hold on,
times.
read the fucking
If
what
I
he
could-
says,
if I
because
could
you said that
fucking-
he said, yeah, I sexted
Gotta
you.
focus on mine now, adios. New side of you, Sarah. I care about you and will always be your friend, as I have been. Yes, we sexted 2 months ago.
2 months ago. And what did he say before that? Okay, we gotta go back and put all this into fucking context.
Again, it's
As
tricky
your
because
new
of the
ch-
time and the dates. So
In 4 months, yeah.
she called
Yes,
him
we
out.
sexted as I have been. We sexted 2 months ago. See, this is another thing. See, this is it. This is it.
It's just there's a lot going on here.
See here, you could gotcha moment me right now, but we don't have any fucking dates or any context to when any of this happened. We don't know when they ended. We don't know when the sexting occurred.
We need someone to make a timeline with dates and key messages
No,
and
I
not
think
a
what
full
we
transcript.
need. I hate this episode because we're talking about it. I want this episode.
No, we can't botch another episode.
No. I'm cool with keeping this episode. I just think that we need to
We need dates.
stand on the fact that you don't fucking release private text messages. You don't. Nothing looks good
Not to the public, no.
out of context.
What about
Do you know how much?
sharing with other people?
Never. No. Don't. Okay. Certain things, I get it. He said this, I said this. I can understand in private to your best friend. I still don't like it, but like there's certain things, there are certain situations where it can make sense. I would say the general rule that everybody should go by, and it's the best way,
What's that?
no sharing of text messages.
And I also think perhaps we should all talk online as if they are being screenshot, because I can assure you they are.
Oh, for sure.
They are being screenshot. Like I've had, listen, and men get smarter. Go on Snapchat.
You can screenshot a Snapchat.
No, but I mean, but then they'll know. It tells the other person.
It's too late.
You gotta, if you have a toxic situation like this that you want to keep going, you want to keep it going while you're dating somebody, only communicate on Snapchat. It disappears forever. They have nothing on you.
But Snapchat has it.
But if they do screenshot your Snapchat, the other person knows, and that defeats the purpose, usually, of screenshotting.
Yeah.
Most times when you screenshot, you don't want the other person to know that you did.
Yeah. I really think that should be it. It should be the fucking rule.
We should not, episode conclusion. We should not be doing this episode.
Yeah. That's the episode.
That's the conclusion of this. Why are we doing this? It's an interesting conversation. I mean, what other questions can come out of this?
The interesting conversations that we have had here today are, should we be even focusing on, like, how can something be taken so far out of context? The way that people who had to read more than the headlines, and even if you dig deeper into the headlines on a story like this.
And unfortunately, personal bias is still gonna...
Oh, for sure. You go into fucking...
still going to filter through when you're reading this.
If you just type in Jonah Hill controversy into Google, you are going to see...
That's a great idea. Let's do it.
You're going to see headlines about misogynistic, gaslighting, great behavior.
Yeah.
And
we have to calm down with that. Specifically, I'm talking to you, straight women out there. We really need to calm down with the gaslighting language.
Well, there's one. State the unbearable publicness of the internet now. Thank you. I agree with that, Slate. And now here I am agreeing with it when I only read the headline. What a fucking hypocrite.
Right? There's so much irony in this episode.
Celebrities
take sides and Jonah Hill texting scandal.
Why
you know
can't
what's
we
interesting?
look away?
I've heard polarizing things about Jonah Hill as a person from other celebrities. Because Nikki Glaser, I think, went to high school with him or something, or like she knew him. And she said when she was going through her eating disorder, she was very anorexic in like junior high school. He was the only person who was nice to her. But then I've heard other people say that he's an absolute fucking prick on set and like to work with. I've heard two things.
But everybody just has the thing they want to say, right? Like,
yeah.
Everybody wants to, like, all these just blanket statements. Like, nobody is just a piece of shit. I think, no, this is coming from me. You're
not just a piece of shit,
no,
though.
but I can write off some people as piece of shit. I don't think anybody is just a piece of shit. And if it's your piece of shit, I feel like you...
I mean, I think some people are.
But they're getting it from somewhere. They're getting it from... there's something motivating. It's nature...
I mean, that's just the statement of people are the way they are for a reason.
Yeah.
You can be a piece of shit. But yes, things would have led you down that path to get there.
Yeah. He's... Jonah Hill's boundaries scandal. See, everybody, this is what everyone's going to do with this.
The boundaries, I think, is the main thing about this, is people are now saying, like, were these actual boundaries, or was it controlling? And I really think it was more controlling than it was actual boundaries. Like, what are your boundaries? Actually, tell me right now. You're in a romantic relationship. What are your boundaries?
My boundaries. Well, yeah, I mean, I'm in a monogamous relationship.
So no cheating.
So no cheating.
So no boundaryless relationships.
So no boundaryless relationships with other men.
One out of the list that.
I mean,
what about thirst traps?
See, again, I don't have the standard belief on this. I think.
God, it's great being single and being able to do whatever the fuck you want.
If you want to post thirst traps, let's make some money and sell some socks. Let's sell some pictures of your feet. Let's run down to Giant Tiger, buy a 10-pack of underwear for $10. You post some videos of you doing squats and put that shit on Kijiji. Like,
make it a team effort.
We can make some money here. What are we doing?
It's a business now.
And you don't even have to post your face. You don't have to push it. Do you know how many fucking
Are you ashamed of
Instagram-
her? Ashamed of her face?
No, I'm saying you can maintain your anonymity
Oh, yeah.
and still sell your
But
socks.
you'll sell more if you have face in it.
Yeah, probably.
I mean,
But you don't have to.
there's a market for everything out there. Who the fuck
That's
knows?
the thing is,
But I guess I just mean, like, yeah, like we looked at that list and we could pick out the ones that we could understand maybe being a boundary. I still think the wording was god awful. I think his tone was god awful. Telling people I don't know. And I also think, and I'm going to say it, this might come off as like victim shaming or whatever it is by some people, but like women, it's fucking on us to fucking stop. like her going into, okay, which ones do you want me to remove? Like you're letting this happen.
okay.
She's letting this happen.
I'm glad I'm not the one that had to
She's
say.
what? But I've had this conversation with girls. Like I've had to tiptoe around my wording with female friends where I go, this is not just him.
Well, it's a conversation about personal responsibility. It's like, when are you responsible for some of
And
this shit?
absolutely, I understand the complications of like an actual abusive relationship.
Yeah, Jonah Hill's not beating this woman.
Where women are physically and emotionally abused and cannot get out of that. I understand the mental traps that they get into and why they can't leave. That's a fucking serious goddamn thing.
That goes both ways.
Sometimes y'all are just dumb bitches.
Yeah.
Y'all are just dumb bitches that don't have self-esteem, don't have self-respect, and you don't realize that you are in control of the outcome of your fucking situation.
You've been hanging out with me far too long. I think we have poisoned Sarah. I can't believe what I'm hearing right now.
No, I'm speaking from not only because people will throw it back to me and go, well, this is how you acted. And I go, yeah, that was me. I've learned. That's never happening again for me. And so now when I see female friends going through the same thing, I just go, ugh!
Yeah, but that's just their own journey.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Their own time.
But it's so hard for someone who is heartbroken to not go, he did this, he did that, I'm not good enough, he hurt me. And it's just like, how are you hurting yourself? What are your patterns in this fucking situation that keeps... You know what my favorite quote is?
Jesus Christ, Sarah, do you know how...
Do you know what my favorite quote is? You'll love this quote, actually.
Can you say that and then we'll go listen to the first 4 episodes of this fucking podcast?
No, you'll love this quote because this is exactly everything that you preach, right? Having control and all of that. You will continue to meet the same person over and over again until you learn the lesson. If you are constantly ending up on the couch crying over a guy who fucking used you, who wasn't clear with you, who didn't give you what you want out of a relationship, who led you on, why do you keep meeting that same guy? You are not learning.
It's because your values
You're
are in the
not
wrong
learning
place.
the lesson.
And maybe that's Jonah Hill. Maybe Jonah Hill was dating models. And he was like, I don't want you modeling because I did that.
I don't know, guys. Like, we gotta fucking start taking control of our lives. What are we doing?
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with that. I
Stop
now
and
fucking...
think.
I love that you're saying that.
Stop and fucking think.
But now, hold on. Sarah, because this is a new turn for Sarah. Sarah's going to turn to fucking go-getter. She's gonna start,
I'm really in my villain era now.
She's going to fucking start doing a morning routine and hitting
Do you
the
like
bikes.
how I saved it till the end? So hopefully no one would have heard it.
Yeah. Hopefully they'll tuned out. Because this episode was kind of a fucking shit show.
I hate saying that because people are going to hear what I said just there and go, but she was in an emotionally abusive relationship.
Nah, she was in a relationship.
She was also emotionally abusive. They were both just as bad.
Yeah.
In fact, I would argue she was being more emotionally abusive to herself than he was.
Yeah, I think
I would fucking argue that.
I think it's good that it's over, and I think I hope that what's her name? Miller, the mother of Jonah's child, doesn't take too much stock in this, and they can just be healthy and raise a fucking child.
What are your thoughts on his new fiance?
Didn't we talk about this? Did we? I don't know. I mean, she seems like a lovely woman.
Did you notice any like
Listen, I want to fucking trash this woman.
Any like differences between the two?
Is she as hot as the fucking other one, Sarah? No, but you know.
Do you think she wears thongs?
She might wear thongs.
We should shut up.
No, I mean,
I'm getting a little too.
yeah, you're getting too excited here.
I'm sure
you're getting
they're
way too
great.
fucking
I'm
Vogue
sure-
or People magazine-y here.
I'm sure that they're working through things.
Well, hey, maybe that's the fucking cap right there. Hot's not always worth it. Might be Sarah Brady. Might be a crazy bitch. Maybe you should downgrade lower on the because you know.
Crazy hot scale.
She's the hot one. She can be this crazy and you'll accept it.
That's why he stuck around, kept sexting with her.
That's fucking the whole Johnny Depp Amber Heard thing.
Can I ask you a question? Is sexting cheating?
Is sexting cheating? It's pretty much, it's hard to say it's not.
Interesting.
I mean, what are you doing? How are you not?
No, I would agree.
How isn't it?
Well, I would agree. Some people don't think it is because there's no physical, you're not physically touching.
No, you're
but
fucking...
phone sex is for sure cheating, I think. If you're
I'd say sexting's
on the phone.
fucking cheating.
I think so too. But see, I always thought that the majority of people thought it wasn't.
I don't know if I think the general like barometer for is this right or is this cheating is if your partner walked in on it.
Right.
How would
and
they feel?
would they yeah.
If they were being rational.
Because some partners would walk in on their partner watching porn and think it's cheating.
And that's irrational. Because
Right.
like, it's just
Absolutely,
all that
but
is my imagination on a screen.
This goes into relationship expectations and why when you enter a partnership, you need to talk about these things.
Yeah.
To figure out where we stand on all of these things.
All right.
And you need to go, hey buddy there. Do you care if I post photos of myself on Instagram? Because that's how I've always been. So do you give a shit? And
yeah.
and then are you in or out? You don't wait a year.
So I guess we can like wrap this up.
Yeah, I'm just getting heated now.
Sarah's just getting angry. That's a whole nother conversation. But yeah, sexting is cheating and fucking phone sex. Like
We should
same
just
thing.
have a cheating episode where we talk about
Like
that.
what is it?
Maybe not.
I think we just
I don't know what the topic around
summed it
cheating
up.
would be.
So let's fucking conclude this goddamn thing.
Final thoughts.
Final thoughts. Final thoughts. Sarah, you go first.
No one's perfect. There is more context than you ever know if you just briefly read something and make a judgment call. Mm-hmm. Look fucking into it. The person you're probably defending isn't so great either. Mm-hmm. And don't release goddamn screenshots, text messages. Mm-hmm. That's private. Don't fucking do that. It's stupid and entitled, and you're taking news away from real news.
Yeah.
Maybe Scott and I could be talking about, I don't know, something more important.
I mean, there's like all kinds of people starving to death and the wars.
We could be
going
trying
on.
to solve the world's problems, but instead we're sitting here talking about
fucking
what's his name from Superbad's dick.
Jonah Hill and a blazer with no shirt. Ugh.
I loved Jonah Hill. Like, I loved Superbad. And I still, and I actually, I love Superbad. I love This Is the End. I love like that era of his movies. It disappoints me that he has turned out how he has turned out.
You know what? I might not dislike him as much if he didn't have that fucking beard.
It looks
He looks real like I'm trying to be like an artist.
And you know what? Here, I'm going to say one more thing. Women. Hot, awesome women out there. Stop giving these guys pussy.
Why?
Just stop.
Why not?
Why do they have as many options
First
as
of all,
they
these
have?
women are helpless. He has money. What are they going to do?
There are plenty of average women out there
He has
that
money.
will take them.
He's a... What are they supposed to do when he will pay the bill?
Here's
for
the thing.
everything?
I remain to be very shocked at the amount of men that are mediocre men that have endless options of hot women, and I'm still trying to figure it out.
You gotta have. I'm still
trying to fucking figure it out, and I know that it's because we like personality over looks.
You gotta have
it has
height,
a lot to do with it,
and you gotta have money. If you got both, ooh,
or a funny man. Women love a funny man.
No, like Norm Macdonald said it best. Women just like to laugh at guys who are handsome. Handsome and rich. That's
fucking funny.
That's really what it is.
I don't think so though. I really think women like funny guys, and if they have a funny personality,
listen,
it'll make up for a lot of the look stuff.
If you're funny, you can get over some obstacles.
Yes, you can, and it does not work the other way around for women.
But if you're funny and broke and he's rich and tall, gonna have a fucking hard time.
That's probably true.
Funny doesn't always do it. You can be pretty. You can have completely different senses of humor.
Is it success? Maybe women like a successful guy who can like go after what they want and be successful in their career. Maybe it's not so much the paycheck.
Women are just shallow.
So we're men. We're all
shallow, simple-minded.
We're all fucking shallow.
No, we already had this. We had the dating X episode. Men are more tolerant than women. You said it yourself. Women don't take responsibility for their own culpability in these types of situations. We gotta compile a list of things Sarah said that go completely against her belief system.
I used to be you.
No, you are me. You're becoming me.
No, I used to be the dumb bitch, is what I mean.
Oh,
and I'm so sick of it.
Wait, you call me a dumb bitch?
No, I'm calling these women dumb bitches.
Dumb bitches. Okay.
Stop being a dumb bitch.
Yeah.
Listen to Guys We Fucked. They educate you every week on this.
No, listen to Scott versus Sarah.
Oh, that too.
And we'll ramble on about fucking celebrity gossip. We'll never do it again, I hope.
I think we're done though. I think this was it. I'm glad we stopped where we did, because otherwise we'd be here all night.
Yeah, my tits are sweating. Oh, they're sweating so much. It's so fucking humid in here.
We are done, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in.
Keep sharing us these fucking topic ideas.
Keep sending your feedback too, because people seem to be enjoying the show.
Yeah.
And like we've always said, we want topic suggestions, feedback on past episodes, all of that. You can do that on Instagram, Scott vs. Sarah Podcast. The YouTube channel is alive and well.
Yeah.
You can go on there and comment on the videos. We also have a form, an anonymous form that you can fill out in the Linktree bio.
Ooh, we have an anonymous form.
We do.
What can people do with this anonymous form?
Well, they can give us feedback. If they want to like really ream into us and have us not know who they are, they can do that.
Yeah.
So it's up to you how you want to interact with us, but we want to interact with you.
How about this? Everybody, unpopular opinions. Let's hear them.
Oh my God.
Anonymous form, unpopular opinions. You can say anything. Anything. We might not read them all depending on who our listeners are, but that
could be really fun as like a top of the show segment, is to read people's unpopular opinions as like a warm up.
Hey, here we are coming up with shit on the fly that we may or may not do, depending on how it responds to it. But that's what we're here to listen to the viewers and listeners and build a show we can trust and feel safe talking about in a comfortable space.
I feel emotionally abused right now.
I'm trying to do all the gay words.
I feel like I'm being gaslit. I gotta go.
All right. Peace.
Bye, guys. Thanks for tuning in.